The playoffs are going to start. Playoffs? You talking playoffs? Yeah, so who's in, who's out?
Let's talk about, first of all, what happened this past weekend. Buffalo beat Miami. Josh Allen did it. Tua could not. Josh Allen was unbelievable. He had 3 turnovers early. He threw 2 really bad picks in the end zone. It was flashback. You're not doing this again, are you, Josh? And then he fumbled the ball in the second half. However, when they needed him to get something done, he ran the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter for first downs. Keepers, screwball, dive plays. The guy's a gamer. Guy's a big-time player. Josh Allen was the reason Buffalo won. Tua had bad throws. Tua got knocked around. Tua threw an interception. Miami's got a bigger problem. Tyreek Hill is banged up. Jalen Waddle is still not back from the high ankle sprain. Mostert is hurt. And here's the thing. I just can't get this out of my head. As dynamic as Miami is, leading the NFL in yardage and all that offense, they are 1-5 when they play good teams. Wow. 1-5. So Buffalo took out Miami. Houston, Indianapolis. These Texans are the real deal. C.J. Stroud to Nico Collins. Who? Nico Collins got 106 receptions. C.J. Stroud's the top rookie quarterback, I think, now in the history of the National Football League. Dev Singletary, who Buffalo didn't want to keep, has had a whole bunch of 100-yard games running the football. Will Anderson, the other number 1 pick Houston had aside from the kid quarterback, has had a magical season, and like he's everywhere making plays. I'll talk about the final play call. Here's Indianapolis going all the way down the field, try to win this game. John Taylor lugs the ball 8 times in the final possession, and they get down on the doorstep, and Shane Steichen, facing a 4th down play, 4th and a yard, 4th and maybe a half yard, pulls John Taylor.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
John Taylor, who had 188 yards rushing, is standing on the sidelines with his head coach. And they have the quarterback, the gunslinger, Gardner Minshew, deep drop, throws it out in the left flat to a third-string running back, clank, drop the football. I mean, I thought it was a bad play call. You've pounded it. Why would you not give it to John Taylor one more time, get the first down, and then hope you can go in with 1:05 to go from 3 yards out and get the touchdown? I thought bad play call, bad assignment, third-string running back, first time he's tried to catch a pass all season, and then obviously bad player decision, not having your heavy-duty go-to running back in the backfield. So that was really ugly, but Houston, what a great storyline they are. Third game, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Now, Baltimore sat Lamar Jackson. Baltimore sat a lot of people. Pittsburgh. The burning question in the NFL is, does your team improve as the season goes on? If it does, considering how badly Pittsburgh started, if it does, that's a credit to that coaching staff.
For sure.
Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Now, he's still taking a lot of heat. He's only won 3 playoff games in 13 years in Pittsburgh, but he got these guys to 10 wins. And back in September, when you and I were bemoaning what was going on, 10 wins, Pittsburgh, that's not in the same sentence. But hey, Mason Rudolph manages games. He might be the starting quarterback next year in place of Kenny Pickett. He just plays consistently. He had a great career at your favorite place, Oklahoma State.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, he had a great career there. Najee Harris really picked it up the second half of the season. Charles Pickens, they finally rediscovered that he was still on the roster. Throw the ball to number 14, and they did. Deontay Johnson climbed out of the doghouse. Now, the Ravens played a lot of their defense in this game, and the Steelers managed to post that victory. So they get to the playoffs. Tennessee, Jacksonville. Jaguars just absolutely fell apart. The Titans, I guess it's a farewell statement for Derrick Henry. I mean, he ran for something like 153 and maybe his final game in Tennessee. Best game he's had all season, and been a very good team. Injuries at offensive line, had to play the backup quarterback, Will Levis, who I think's got a future. Might have been Ryan Tannehill's last game. Jacksonville just in an utter state of collapse. They lose 5 of their last 6. Trevor Lawrence had 3 different significant injuries in a 4-week span. And you could see this past weekend, it was like he was shot putting the football. He had no velocity, he had a big windup, which is not his delivery. That's too bad. But they're going to have to do some rethinking about whether they have quite enough. You know, what's complicated, they lost Christian Kirk for half the season, and he was their big play guy. So a very disappointing end there in Jacksonville. They lost 5 of their last 6. Rams 49ers. What a coaching job, I got to say, by Sean McVay. He rested his vets to get ready for Detroit. Puka Nacua has 106 receptions as a rookie. He broke all the rookie wide receiving records in the NFL to go back to, I think it was 1964. Bill Groman of the old Houston Oilers had over 100 catches and over 1,000 yards his first year. Puka destroyed all those records. So that was impressive. San Francisco sat a lot of their guys, but the Rams had to earn this. They've been running uphill since the middle of the season. Is it easy to say maybe this is the best coaching job Sean McVay's ever done? I'm granted he was in the Super Bowl, but that's with a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
This was starting almost from square one, and they got there. And the one other game I'll just mention, this is shocking what's happened to the Philadelphia Eagles. You lost to the Giants. The Giants, who have no talent at all. Philadelphia in a free fall. How could your defense be so poor this year, considering that's almost the same defense you had in the Super Bowl last season? Then Jalen Hurts gets injured with a finger injury. Run game has gone away. You lost to the Giants, of all people, in the NFC East. And I will tell you that head coach, Nick Sirianni, is under a lot of fire in Philadelphia right now. And there might be some changes coming if they don't go deep into the playoffs. So, John, I gave you a litany of ideas about the games played. Your quick comments.
Just first of all, it was a weird week 18. You know, a lot of the stars were sitting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the teams that I really care about weren't the ones that were, you know, on the bubble of getting into the playoffs. So it was a lot of the games were like almost preseason vibe for me. But that the Buffalo Miami game was great. I mean, just seeing what Buffalo did going down to Miami. And now they went from being, you know, a disappointment to being the number 2 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, they're suddenly hot again.
Yeah, incredible. So, you know, I always kind of root for Buffalo because Josh, what's his last name?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, you know, went to Wyoming, Mountain West. So I kind of always have a little bit of a pull for him. The rest of the games it was just kind of weird. I mean, so like, for example, like Derrick Henry with Tennessee, he's done there, but he's still got a lot of gas left in the tank, right?
Sure does. But not very many people are running power football.
Right.
But did he crank that sucker up? That was vintage Derrick Henry. Who do you think's in more trouble, Miami or Philadelphia?
Oh, I'd say Miami is because the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get their business straightened out. Miami has been so lopsided, like you said, 1-5, 1-6 against good teams. The Eagles will figure it out. I don't really have much worry about them.
Okay, you're a football fan. Fans Forum chat box is open. You got a question, we're going to give you some answers when you write us. So join us for Fans Forum.